Hello! In this video, I will be covering Shopaholics and Loneliness. Hello! Susan Young here. If this is your first time you are on this channel, thank you for stopping by. I am the web designer of Stop Big Spending. This channel is about stopping the spending sprees. If you are a shopaholic or an overspender, I will be bringing you more videos like this. So push the subscribe button below and ring the bell. Loneliness, how to give it the old heave-ho. When it comes to happiness, feeling supported and loved ranks high among our needs. Despite our need to connect, 1 in 5 people suffer from loneliness, and it affects more than the widows and the wallflowers of the world. It's not only our happiness that's at stake. Loneliness is also a health threat. If you isolate any social species, they die earlier. The same thing goes for humans, says the medical director of the Center for Lifestyle Medicine at the Cleveland Clinic. The good news, it's a health threat that we can conquer. Here, how to spot loneliness, why you should care, and what you can do to fix it. What is loneliness? Loneliness is not the same thing as being alone. After all, feelings of isolation can strike when you're in a room full of people or among your closest friends. Rather, it's the painful experience of feeling alone. It occurs when there's a discrepancy between what we want out of our relationships and what we're actually getting. Sometimes this is due to life circumstances like losing a partner or moving to a new town. Other times it reflects a person's interior state. Studies have shown that lonely people often have incorrect assumptions about how other people perceive them. As a result, they have difficulty forming meaningful connections. How to spot it? What does loneliness look like? Believe it or not, you could have 500 friends on Facebook, a social invitation every night of the week, and still feel disconnected. According to Scott Bia, clinical psychologist at Cleveland Clinic, people are usually aware that they're unhappy with their relationships. You may feel like you have no one who understands, no one who can confide in, trust, or take on the challenges of the world with. Even if you have a wonderful spouse or kids, you may still feel like you don't have enough support, says Bia. Loneliness and chronic disease. Having support, social support, is critical for good health, says Gubelik. In fact, according to University of Chicago, a professor with PhD who has spent over 20 years researching the topic, chronic loneliness should be considered a significant risk factor in achieving good health, along with things like smoking, obesity, and lack of exercise. Lonely people are at a much higher risk of developing metabolic syndrome, a cluster of health conditions including high blood pressure, abdominal obesity, and insulin resistance that increase the risk for heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes, says Gubelik. Research suggests they're also twice as likely to develop an Alzheimer's-related dementia. Sleepless, sad, and stressed out. Being disconnected can make everything seem harder. When we feel alone, it activates the automatic nervous system, the fight or flight stress response, explains Bia. We register social isolation as stress because, from an evolutionary standpoint, relationships were key to our survival. Lonely people react more negatively to stressful situations because the nervous system is already fired up. Rather than viewing life's hassles as a challenge, they see them as a threat. This fearful approach can more easily push a person into panic mode. Like all chronic stress, loneliness increases the risk of insomnia and depression, says Gubulik. Change your perception. People who are chronically lonely tend to have negative beliefs about themselves and about others who view them. This can make socializing feel unsafe and unfulfilling. These kinds of attitudes are tough to change on your own, says Bia. If you recognize this pattern in yourself, he recommends working with a cognitive behavioral therapist who can help you identify these so-called cognitive distortions. Since your actions are largely based on your beliefs, your fears may become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think nobody likes you, you may withdraw and not make friends. As a result, you end up alone. CBT can help correct these self-destructive assumptions and behaviors. Help others to help yourself. It may sound counterintuitive, but the best thing you could do for yourself when feeling lonely is to do something for someone else, says B. When you do charitable things, the reward centers in our brain get activated longer than when something nice is done for us, he says. Volunteering creates a social obligation where you have to show up. It often gives you a specific role that helps guide the social interaction, which can put socially awkward people at ease. And if it's a particularly giving action, people are going to be grateful for your help, says B. Plus, research shows that people who provide support to others have a much lower mortality rate than those who receive it, says Goop. In other words, it really is better to give than receive. Take some comfort in your pets. There's a reason why some solitary people adopt a gazillion pets. Research shows that when we lack a sense of connection with others, we're more likely to see our pets as human. A bond with your pet may even provide some of the health benefits that come from relationships with people. I don't think it hurts to be attached to animals at all, says Bia. There will be some people who find that satisfactory. But if we really want to beat loneliness, we have to take risks to move beyond that. Put yourself out there. No matter the roadblock, take a no-excuses approach to socializing. Depressed, stressed, wiped out, all the more reason to carve out time for friends. Leaning on others when you're not feeling your best helps forge bonds, which can help you feel connected and reduce stress. People who are lonely may have a hard time asking for assistance, but you have to be willing to ask for some help, says Bia. Put together a list of people you can call when you're lonely or feeling down, and force yourself to use it. It might be frightening, but the payoff will be worth it. Question of the day. Shopaholic, could you be suffering with loneliness? Feel free to add comments below. Check out my website at www.stopbigspending.com. Leave me your email address at the Contact Us page on the website, and I will inform you on my next videos coming up. My next video I will be covering Shopaholics, Managing Your Spending Addiction. Don't forget to push the subscribe button below and ring the bell. I will be bringing you more videos for help, so you will want to subscribe. See you next week here on YouTube, and see you in social media. You have a great week.